Hey, how you doing, everybody? It's me, Cherry Droid. Today we are playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Yeah. Um. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and stuff. Um. All right, let's do this. My first time opening this on PlayStation. Okay. Oh my goodness. It's Doki Doki on the PlayStation. Okay, I'm just gonna have a quick. Hold on. Just turn on the music a bit. Alright, let's do this. So we are going to do Cherry Droid. Actually, no, we're just gonna do Cherry. I'm not gonna read it, so you just read. I don't freaking know. I know. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. If you want a second episode to this, do you want me to read this stuff? I'm going to read it, but, like, for this episode. But if you don't want me to read it, just like, let me know. But yeah, do you guys even want a second episode? Let me know in the comments if you want a second Doki Doki episode, and I might do one. Alright. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. But it kind of just works out because you've known each other for so long. Reading is not a skill I have. Especially reading out loud. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I'm not gonna do voices, by the way. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You said it like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Cherry. Well, if people stare at you, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're like a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Cherry, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's saying. Whatever she's going on about. Yeah. Also, if you're really wondering, I'm gonna go for the Natsuki route. Because Natsuki's best girl. And if you think otherwise, argue about it in the comments. I don't care. Natsuki's best girl. But yeah. Sarah likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Hey! Yeah, they look the same. I was talking about I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Yeah, but your happiness isn't important. I'm sorry. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. You worry about yourself, Sayori. Alright. If you haven't played the game, you'll see what I'm saying about it in a bit. Like, probably not in this episode, even. But yeah. I'll look at a few cups if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me that you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Ah, I can't read. Oh yay, new scene. Cool. Background. The school day is as ordinary as ever. And it's over before I know it. Oh my god, I suck at reading. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start the anime club. Hey! Hello! Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Also, I'm just gonna say this right now, this is a horror game. So if you like horror games, then you're in the right place. And if you like anime and horror games, then you're in, like, the best place. Alright. You don't need to wait out for me, if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Maybe you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Me. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show her interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Natsuki. Cupcakes. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Also, yeah. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay, let's go! Let's go! Sorry. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, he swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Cherry, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student, even though they're all the same age. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest of the teen club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Cherry. Monica smiles. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little like you too, Monica. Come sit down, Cherry. We made it. Come sit down, Cherry. We made a room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me. I can't read. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have desks surrounding the table. Which by the way, where even is that? I don't see that anywhere. The only thing that I can assume is that it's behind us. That's behind us or something. I don't know. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Why is she surprised before she lifts the tray? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I love how Sayori is just surprised before Natsuki even shows the cupcakes. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around into my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice she's sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you. You know, you dummy. Alright. That was hard to read. My brain could not process those words. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. And my brain dismissed reading. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, teen reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Were you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling my dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of their efforts to start something brand new. Especially if it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastic. How do you even pronounce that word? Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls are all interested in the same goal. Monica must have heard really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also delighted. And dang it, I skipped it! Though I still don't really know if I can put their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Cherry, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki had suddenly burst out. Did somebody say manga? Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Sayori's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't that amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Yeah, it's called FNAF the Silver Eyes. Do you think Yuri would like the FNAF books? I feel like Yuri, considering how much she likes horror books, would probably like the FNAF books. Especially like Fazbear Frights and stuff. Anyways. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Or someone as gentle as you. Well, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put that down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, even if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me before a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were writing a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Give me that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Serious, Siddle. What does that say? Siddles up behind. Skin puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems, eh? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing makes more than just confidence. Or takes more than just confidence. Makes confidence. Creates confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, a dokie dokie plus. Now, with that, we have a new number. I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Cherry? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sarah might have convinced me to stop by, but I skipped it again. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four of us just stare back at me with dejected eyes. But sorry, I thought. Cherry, you all. I am defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Zuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came by for cupcakes, I'd be super mad. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment and write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me. Jerry, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star, Monica, with my mediocre writing skills? I really feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Cherry, since we're alone here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, or because she'd always stay after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. How did they get here? Will I really be happy spending every day in school every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the change grow closer to one of the girls. perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of the girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. And I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. And this is where we're gonna end the episode, I'm afraid. So yeah, we're going to save the game. And so that is going to be it for today's episode. If you want to see more, let me know. And so that is going to be the end of today.